Hi, everybody, and welcome back to episode 78 of the Simply One podcast. I'm your host, Colin, and I'm joined by my co-host, Chris.
How we doing, everybody?
We're just a couple of best friends who are passionate about all things pop culture. If you're looking for lukewarm takes on movies, video games, TV shows, or even an occasional comic, then we've got the show for you.
That's right.
That is right. This week, we're just feeling pretty discouraged, honestly. Not about the podcast, but just pop culture in general right now. We had Gamescom past week. Felt a little bit like a letdown, I think. Probably the only movie I was looking forward to for the rest of the year was pushed back until March, which was Dune. We'll get into that. And it sounded like the rest of the year we're probably not going to have much, if anything.
This is the last episode.
Yeah, we're just going to wrap it up. But so we thought about going to go see Gran Turismo.
We just couldn't bring ourselves to do it.
No, I mean, you know, because we go back and forth on that of like, well, but we shouldn't do that. We should go give it. But also...
We know it's not going to be good.
And whether it's good or not, it just didn't interest. I mean, it's basically a sports movie more than a video game movie.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm not a big sports movie guy. And then it's a racing, which I'm even less.
Well,
you know.
And then to boot, you know, like with the Blind Side that just happened.
Yeah, right.
I don't want to see no sport movie.
Yeah.
None. I want nothing to do with sports. We should just get rid of them.
Sports are the problem.
Sports.
Yeah.
Sports are the problem.
And it's a shame because Sandra Bullock put her whole Belushi into that role. She won an Oscar for that role, didn't she? Or did she get nominated?
I think she got the Oscar.
I think she won. Yeah.
What, do they take that away now?
No, because she still acted. She still did that.
No, not really, because that's not really what happened.
You know that movies aren't real, right? You could say that about every Oscar. That's not what happened. I don't know, man. But all of that to say that we kind of decided, this morning?
Yep.
That today we're just gonna kind of keep it light and breezy, kind of float through some news, talk about some great directors' worst movies, and then
I'll be filling the rest with my cryptos.
Yeah.
You
heard?
You already know.
Yeah. You know what it is.
Lay down, man. What went down?
What went down?
Well, shit.
You suck. Thank you. He is with the finger guns. Thank you. Anyways. So Gamescom happened last week. I think it's Germany every year. This year they did opening night live, which is like when they debut, you know, here's the big show, the 3-hour live stream at the start, to like, hey, here's a bunch of trailers, game reveals maybe, things like that, some gameplay. Not a lot of like big reveals for me. They did show off some Modern Warfare 3 campaign footage. They showed the first campaign mission.
Right.
It looks fine, yeah. Graphics are pretty nice.
Cool.
But the new COD engine has been nice since the new Modern Warfare games. You know?
Modern Warfare.
Modern Warfare 2019. I mean, I remember we were pretty hyped when that trailer came out for the new Modern Warfare with the Bravo 6 going dog. And everybody was like, yo, this is different. And now it's getting stale again, I think.
They just do it, and they're trying to milk it for as long as they can.
Yeah, and I mean, so the mission that they...
Right in the frickin' trailer at the end, it says, buy all these.
Pre-order now and get 50 fucking COD bucks and, you know, whatever it is. Oh, yeah, which apparently on, like, Call of Duty Mobile, the coins that you can get or the currency that you can get is, like, COD points or something like that. And fucking they tweeted something about, like, you know, use this code or tweet this, whatever, and get something CP. And Twitter was like, be careful. On the internet, CP is how we abbreviate child pornography, you know?
Yeah.
And they were like, it's not that. It's COD points. It's COD points.
In fact, COD points.
If you like this, we'll send you so much you won't even know what to do with it. But the campaign that they showed, or the footage that they showed, was the Gulag. The Gulag.
The Gulag memes are always funny. I got one margarita with 2 senoritas.
But the thing that got a lot of people upset was that it is actually... So Verdansk is the...
Dance Dance Revolution?
No, Verdansk is the map from... What's their battle royale? Warzone, yeah. The first like map that was on Warzone was called Verdansk, and it had the Gulag in it. This is that Gulag.
So what is the Gulag in Modern Warfare? What, like, or Warzone, you can just fight, and if you win, you get to come back?
Yeah. So basically, if you die, I think there's like at a certain point into the game, they close the gulag and like nobody's getting out. But yeah, you basically do 1v1s, and whoever wins the 1v1 gets to respawn. All that to say. So it's kind of adding fuel to the flame of like, are they just? This feels like
the same thing.
Well, we've already got the gulag, so let's just use that, right? Especially considering there wasn't supposed to be a game this year.
Now all of a sudden there is.
Yeah.
I could see that. That makes sense.
But also, I mean, it is a pretty famous mission from... There's a reason why it's so...
Big
is like from Modern Warfare 2. You go and you break price out, don't you? And I'm thinking that's what they're doing here. Because they don't say who they're after. They're either getting Price or Makarov, but I'm thinking they're going for Price.
Yeah.
Because that's who they do in the original. Bravo 6. Gondok. And he says, something about, we're going to cross that line. You're like, oh, fuck. Price talking about killing civilians. What? But, yeah, I don't know. I mean, they did a lot of mission shit. The thing that they talked about that interested me was, I forget, I think they called it open missions or something to that effect, where essentially it's a larger mission area, I suppose, and you might have multiple objectives at once, and you can kind of choose the approach on how you accomplish the missions. They kind of did that in the 2019 version. I think there is a mission called like Going Dark or something to that effect, where it is a nighttime map, and you're using night vision and stealth and knocking out lights and stuff, and you have to go across this manor. And there's some indoor stuff, some outdoor stuff, things like that, but they talked about that the missions will be designed around the idea of being able to do it stealthy or going loud or a combination of the two, things like that. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting, at least that they're like, okay, maybe they're trying something new. And then they just didn't show that off. And I wish they would have shown that off because that sounded interesting.
I got something to show off.
What is it?
Nothing.
You didn't prepare. You weren't prepared for me to call you out, did you?
No. Yep. Give me like 5 minutes and a blue chew.
Whoa.
Work it up.
I don't want to know why it was so moist
off the rip.
Just off the fucking word go. And just
come on, baby. I'm sitting on G waiting on O. Let's go.
Go. But yeah, so COD, whatever. The only one that I was like, yo, my God, was fucking Alan Wake 2, dude. They,
What'd they do? No, tell me what they do. Who?
Did you see it?
They wake up?
No. So Alan Wake 2, they're, I think I've talked about it on here before when they first announced it. They showed some minor stuff of Alan Wake's perspective, because this is going to be a multi-perspective game where you play as, I can not think of her name now, but there's a detective in the real world who's like, I think, looking for Alan Wake, because Alan Wake's been in the dark place for like 13 years. I think they said however long it's actually been between games is how long Alan Wake's been missing. And so Alan Wake's been in the dark place for a long time. And because he spent most of his life living in New York City, the dark place is starting to take on it looks like New York, like a twisted version of New York. So they showed off some gameplay of like him down in the subways and trying to get into the trains and stuff, and train lights coming down the tunnels and there's no train, things like that. There was an interesting point where, because I watched it, I think they did like a 12-minute gameplay reveal. After the, at Gamescom opening live, they just did like a minute-and-a-half trailer, but then they did a full gameplay walkthrough later of Alan walking around a subway platform, and at one point you see, quote-unquote, a train roll through and all the light flicker and all that, and then there's just a bunch of shadow figures there.
Oh, yeah.
And and he's kind of walking around him. And for people that don't know, in Alan Wake, the dark is embodied and will like encompass people and wrap them up, and will kind of provide them with armor and corrupt them, and you have to hit them with a flashlight to break the shadow off of them, and then you can damage them. So the character, while they're doing the gameplay, they're like shining the flashlight on these guys, and they're just people that are going about like waiting on a train or getting off the train, things like that. But then some of them are bad and want to attack them. And so it's kind of an interesting thing of you walking through a crowd of people,
and then of them,
one of them or two of them are waiting for you to walk past to like swing on you and shit. And so kind of keeping you on your toes.
Is it only when you pass them?
I don't know. I mean, I think one of them, he shined the light on it, it kind of started to react. Yeah. They did show that, like, he had minimal ammunition, things like that, where like they are trying to lean into the survival horror, which I'm a big survival horror fan. And I think the genre itself is kind of coming back, with Resident Evil being
On the rise.
Yeah, being revitalized with, Biohazard coming out and then Village, and then they've done all the remakes of 2, 3, and 4. And a lot of people are talking about the remake for 4 like being a Game of the Year contender. And it's that weird thing of like, oh, it's a remake. Is that fair? You know what I mean?
Did it win Game of the Year when it came out?
I'm not sure if they were even doing Game of the Year when it came out. It was 2005.
No, I'd let it slide.
Yeah.
If it already got an award and it's remake, nah.
Yeah.
But if it was like, before,
yeah.
and they say, hey, we buffed it up.
And they've changed it enough, modernized it enough. I think they did a very good job of taking a 15-year-old game, well, nearly 20-year-old game, and going, here's how it would work in a modern feel, and they pulled it off well.
Yeah.
But I think Baldur's Gate's got that shit.
We got Starfield.
I don't think Starfield's going to do it. I don't think Starfield. No, I think, unfortunately, oddly enough, Baldur's Gate has reminded me a lot of New Vegas. Not in gameplay or anything like that, but the quality of the open world aspect or the mission aspect of it, of like finding a quest that feels important and I'm going to go do that quest and things like that. And it's not a story quest, but it was important and I followed it. And, and every, feeling like side characters are compelling and important. You want to see them survive or continue or things like that. Without spoilers, there's a mission where a lot of people that you've met earlier on in the game can die if you fail this mission. And the other thing is I do like that where like Morgan and I have been sweating hard on Baldur's Gate. I got her set up in the office. She has played it and she's a little bit further ahead of me because she's not doing as much side stuff. And so there'll be stuff that I go, oh, did you do this? She's like, oh, no, I didn't see that at all. And then I'll get to stuff that she's been through and I might do better at it or take a different route because she's playing a wizard and I'm playing a bard. So I'm doing more like perception checks and things like that and getting through things without combat. And so then she's like, oh, no, I didn't even know that was an option, And so it's kind of neat that her and I are having two very different experiences.
Vastly, yeah.
For example, that mission that I talked about where you can potentially have a lot of people die. She had that outcome, and I didn't. I won the fight because I'm just better. Yeah. No, because I save scrubbed the shit out of it. I was just, as soon as nope, F8, restart that shit. Come at me. And so I got a different outcome. And so I have missions available to me, people available to me that she didn't. And so I think that's pretty interesting that both are viable options. And then she got something out of it that she was like, oh, do you have this person in your group? And I'm like, no, they didn't. Oh, because that didn't happen. So then I didn't get that person. And she's like, oh, yeah. And so, yeah, I think I don't foresee Bethesda reinventing, getting that in depth on their RPGs.
I don't know, man. Apparently, Starfield, the customization options for your ship and like the vastness of it, the open world aspect is supposed to be super good.
Yeah, but I don't know. Unless they really put their whole heart into it, if it's Fallout 4 in space, I'll be happy because I liked Fallout 4 and I like space. But unless they went really in on the missions and the story and making everything feel important, I think Baldur's Gate's got it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's just a theory. A Baldur's Gate theory.
Baldur's Gate theory.
Let's see here. Yeah, there wasn't a lot from Gamescom. Oh, there was one. I can never remember the fucking name of it. It's called like Wukong, I think. And it's a Chinese mythology.
Wu-Tang?
No. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with, so don't even try.
No, I'm not saying it. I mean no disrespect.
Wu-Tang! Sorry. The game's called Black Myth Wukong. And it is Chinese mythology Soulsborne. So it's
basically God of War.
No.
Chinese mythology?
Yeah, there's a ton of that in God of War.
Greek mythology.
Yeah. But no, it's not God of War. Because God of War to call God of War Soulsborne is pretty... it's Soulsborne for the general audience, you know what I mean? Because you figure you and I tried Elden Ring and we're like, nah, this shit's too hard. I can't do this. And yeah, so the combat looked pretty interesting. Again, it does have a Dark Souls feel to it. Where you're like, oh shit, yeah, you got to be on your game there. So I don't know if it's for me, but it does look interesting visually of like seeing. You don't see a ton of Chinese mythology in pop culture, so I think it's interesting that they are.
It's a different take.
Yeah, getting to see that. I feel like in the West we get into Japan. Like if we're gonna get into like Eastern mythology, we generally look at like Japan, and so I think it's interesting to see a Chinese game. But then the last thing I wanted to talk about is that Stalker 2, I talked about it last week, may be releasing in December. They did come out and go, no. We are releasing in Q1 of 2024. So they do at least know, we're shooting for beginning of next year. But that December 1st, no, that's not us.
That
so they did finally come out and say that. And apparently they were at Gamescom and showed off a bunch of gameplay, and people could walk up and play it. And it's gotten some pretty good talk so far of like, oh shit, this will be a good computer game. So that's pretty dope.
Busting.
I did want to take a quick little aside to address the fact that Bob Barker fucking passed away.
Yeah.
He was 99 years old.
Shame.
And I saw a joke that was in the spirit of The Price is Right, I think, which said, can we just acknowledge that Bob Barker, longtime host of The Price is Right, got as close to 100 as he could without going over.
Yep.
That's how you play the game.
Did he retire at all from Price is Right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's been Drew Carey for about 15 years now.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. And it was kind of funny, not ha-ha, but just, oh, wow. That was, like, literally last week, Morgan and I were talking about somebody else, and then we were like, God damn, is Bob Barker still alive? And I was like, yeah, he sure is. I was like, fuck, he is 99 years old. And then I was like, man, I knew he had to be up there because he was old when he was in fucking Happy Gilmore, and I was like, damn, 99, that's awesome, And then like a week later, I was like, Morgan, did you see that fucking Bob Barker died? And she's like, oh my God. So, he was many a kid's company during a sick day during the morning. So unfortunate, but 99 years, you can't
beat that. Man. Well, you can, but
you'd be 100, but and then unfortunately, sticking with death, Arlene Sorkin, who was the original voice of Harley Quinn in Batman the Animated Series, passed away yesterday, I believe. Yesterday being Sunday. So, I mean, Harley Quinn is a completely original character for Batman the Animated Series. She didn't exist in the comics before that or anything like that. So she is the Harley Quinn, Yeah. And apparently they didn't have a visual for her, the character of Harley Quinn, until they cast Arlene Sorkin, and then showed there was a photo of her. I don't remember what show she was in, like a stage show, but she was dressed up as a Harlequin clown, and they were like, "My God, that's a good look! Like that's what Harley Quinn looks like." And so she very much inspired the character. And she passed away. I believe she was 67. Yeah,
that's young.
Yeah. I was going to say, I knew Mark Hamill. Yeah, here it is. I was trying to find his quote. He voiced the Joker in the animated series, and he said, devastated to learn we've lost the brilliant Arlene Sorkin, not just a wonderful talent, but a wonderful person, truly. I'm grateful not only to have worked with her, but to have been her friend. Sending my heartfelt condolences to her family and loved ones. James Gunn, who, he's got a love for Harley Quinn, the character. You figure I think she's the only character, really, that followed over from the first Suicide Squad to the second one. He said, rest in peace, Arlene Sorkin, the incredibly talented original voice of Harley Quinn, who helped to create the character so many of us love to her family and friends. And so, I mean, she was a big part of a lot of people's...
Margot Robbie say anything?
I'm sure she did, or...
Didn't. She don't care. She on Barbie right now, bro. She don't care. Ruthless.
She's on that Barbie game. Why you gotta put Margot Robbie on the spot like that?
I like stirring the pot.
She didn't have no responsibility to say anything.
I mean, but still, you're gonna take up the character,
Did you post anything?
I did, as a matter of
No,
fact.
you fucking didn't.
Look at the tweeter.
Yeah, I'll pull it up right now.
Pull up X right now. Don't do it. You ain't gonna find out.
Yeah, that's what I thought, boy. Yeah, I would have shit if I pulled it up in the... Thank you so much, everybody.
Just start levitating.
Yeah, it says like 3 seconds ago. I'm like, how the fuck? As soon as I started talking, you're over there. Oh, shit, I gotta be honest. Whoop. Boop. What the piss? But so terrible losses in general. Even though we're giggling,
we were cackling, being schmucks.
Yeah, that's how we deal with dark, heavy
that's subjects.
How we cope. Last thing I want to talk about: Dune Part 2 delayed until fucking March. I believe it's 24th. Let me pull it up here. Dune, no, not Dine. Dune Part 2 release, March 15th of 2024. And they did cite the ongoing strikes for the writers and actors. So, fuck you, Warner Brothers. I hope it delays until, they get paid.
Yeah.
Apparently, the Writers Guild was sent an offer by the The AMPTP. Yeah, you know me.
Yeah.
You down with the AMPTP?
Yeah, you know me. No, I'm not. I'm fucking not. Look at me. I'm not.
I'm looking at you, man. Yeah, and so they were like, hey, yeah, we'll send you an offer. And, you know, as negotiations worked, the Writers Guild read it and went, that's really not what we were looking for. Submitted a counteroffer, the AMPTP, specifically like 3 or 4 CEOs, Bob Iger, David Zaslav, who runs Warner Brothers Discovery, and a couple others were like, why don't we meet in person? And so the Writers Guild was like, yeah, let's do that. So they showed up. Now, granted, there's like 200 to 300 small, large, medium-sized studios that are all part of the AMPTP. Only 4 execs showed up because they said, yeah, we'll go. We'll go represent us. Don't you come, small company that needs a deal. We'll show up. And it was not a conversation. Literally, it was a 2-hour, essentially like finger wagging by the executives to the WGA for like, here's why our deal was so great, and I can't believe that you countered. And the WGA were like, all right, perfect. We'll be out front of your building. See ya. Like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Like, that's not how negotiations work. You offer, we counter, then you counter, and we incrementally get to the middle where neither of us are happy. Right? I mean, that's, you know, because obviously the writers want, you know, XYZ. The studios have no interest in XYZ, so they promote, you know, ABC. And you work your way until you guys are both at LMNOP. You know, neither one of you got what you wanted, but
you're there.
It's somewhere in the middle, and they're just not creaking that way at all. So
good on them. Stay strong.
So the WGA were like, all right, well, see you guys. We'll be outside. And yeah, well, and I just think it's interesting that like A24, they already accepted a deal with the Writers Guild and the Actors Guild. So if A24, a small indie studio, can go, oh yeah, we can make that work. Fucking Disney and Warner Brothers can do that.
Yeah. Oh, we can make that work.
Yeah.
You want to know why they're not making it work?
Money. And because they don't want to set a precedent.
Yep.
Of like, yeah, we'll work with you. I don't know.
They have to be the backbone for whatever reason they think.
Which is also why they, like, again, why they said, no, you guys stay here. We'll go talk to them. Because the smaller studios are probably ready to, you know, turn, yeah. Because the way that the strategy is you get infighting, you know. You get smaller studios to go, we really could take that deal. That's not a bad deal, you know. And then progressively you're picking,
the big studios aren't enough away. Making any money anymore,
exactly.
So
the big studios
have to go, all right.
Where enough businesses up and running that the writers don't need Disney. You know, I've got A24 and Sony on my side, and, you know, we're good. And then you're like, oh, shit. All right, now, wait a minute. Yeah, and that's how it goes. And so that's why they didn't want any of those guys to show up, so that couldn't happen. So kind of shady stuff. So we're more than happy to have a drought in the second half of the year here. But we will need help from you guys to come up with topics and stuff.
Comics,
video games, just topics. If there's TV shows, we talked about backlogging some movies. There's a lot of like pretty important films that Chris hasn't seen and vice versa. That, you know, we're willing.
We haven't talked about Breaking Bad.
No, which that's one that you and I both are passionate about. So yeah, we could do that. But
we could do like a Star Wars marathon and break down from start to finish.
Yeah, we talked about, you haven't seen the Lord of the Rings films, which is probably a major cultural touchstone that you're missing out on. So it's like it's a pretty interesting opportunity for you to watch it for the first time and me to be like, I've seen this movie like 5 times. Yeah, you know, you got to watch this. And, you know, obviously we're not going to do the whole trilogy in one episode, but, you know, just roll through them. But I'm ready to talk about bad movies from good directors.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, let's fucking do it. You kick it.
Yeah, you kick it. I'd already said it.
Technically, I said it.
And I'm the one with the recorder, so. It's a real power move. Come on, King. Come on, King.
Come on, King.
Pull it back, King. All right, I'll start.
No, hold on.
No, I got it. I got one right here.
No.
Martin Campbell.
Oh, my God.
Fucking directed goddamn Casino Royale. James Bond. That's a fucking banging James Bond movie. Yeah. You ever see Casino Royale?
Nope.
Oh, Jesus. It's a good movie. He also fucking directed Green Lantern.
Ooh.
What a swing. That is a big old woof. Yeah, I really enjoyed Casino Royale. You got fucking Daniel Craig's first rendezvous as James Bond. Blonde Bond, you know? I had a lot of people going, I want James Bond got blonde hair. And then he came out of the water with his fucking abs and his dick in his Speedo, and everybody's like, well, no, wait a minute.
Hold on.
Now, hold on, let him cook. And then Green Lantern came out, and everybody was like, all right, let's get him out of the kitchen. That's not a good movie.
That ain't it.
Yeah. It's such a bad movie that Ryan Reynolds openly mocks it, you know? And I'm here for it. You got one over there?
Yeah, so I have for Tim Burton.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Frankenweenie.
You didn't like it?
Mm-mm. I was kind of let down by it. I thought it was a good concept, like the whole like bringing your dog back to life, and like I know that there's the whole conspiracy, the theory,
Yeah.
of like it goes Frankenweenie and then Corpse Bride and then Nightmare Before Christmas, like
Yeah.
that's like
Yeah.
which is cool, but I don't know, even like because I was like in 2012, I was 11 when that came out, and I remember going like snooze fest, like this is just not it for me.
This ain't it, Chief. What's your probably favorite Tim Burton movie?
My favorite Tim Burton movie?
Mm-hmm.
Bingo.
Batman.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, yeah?
1985 right there.
You've never seen Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have. Dude, there's the part on the fucking where he's hitchhiking with the semi-trucks, and there's that ghost lady who shows him that scary face. That part traumatized me as a kid. Beetlejuice, though, probably.
Probably Beetlejuice?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could see that.
Yeah.
I didn't like Death Proof from Quentin Tarantino with the car. You never seen it?
Mm-mm.
Where, fucking, what's his goddamn name? Kurt Russell has a souped up muscle car that as long as he's in the driver's seat, he can't die. And so he'll, like, pick women up and, you know, go driving and shit and then, like, purposely wreck the that and, like, murder everybody in the car, but not him. And fucking these 3 hard-ass bitches just whip his ass. That is a good scene, though, where they just get him out of the car and are just beating him to death in a field. Like, my God.
Holy
but
shit.
It was part of the, I don't remember, Grindhouse, where there was Planet Terror and then Death Proof. And it was Robert Rodriguez and him doing a Grindhouse films together.
Okay.
And, I just didn't like it. It's got a lot of buildup, and then it just kind of like I said, it's that ending is where the fun kicks in. Is the girls all trying to fucking kill him, and they do.
Yeah.
But then I think like this guy fucking made Django, fucking Pulp Fiction. Come on now. And then he made kind of stinky. It was not that good. Yeah.
Yeah. How do you expect to make an omelet if you can't have a couple broken eggs?
Well, I mean, that's the whole premise of this episode. So I don't.
James Cameron.
Yeah, he's made some stinkers.
Yeah. Listen, baby, we've all made some stinkers.
I'm making stinky right now.
But, I mean, he made Aliens, The Terminator.
I know, dude.
You know, the Titanic.
Fucks. What's his bad one?
Way of the Water, bro. That shit was not good.
I didn't like it.
No, I specifically made sure. I was like, I want to bring up that one.
Yeah.
It was bad. I mean, it just wasn't that good. I saw a TikTok, and it was like showing them side by side, the original Avatar and then The Way of the Water.
Yeah.
And, like, there is, like, some CGI difference between the two. I guess more so in, like, the hair and, like, some of the facial features.
Yeah.
But other than that, nothing really. And then for the story to be basically a cut, copy and paste the first one, but just water.
Yeah.
Garbage.
Get that shit out of here.
And I ain't for it, I'll tell you that.
I'll say it right to your face.
Say it right to your fucking face.
Say it in cursive. Fucking, I said it before we started. The Lady Killers from the Coen brothers. I did not like that shit at all. Fucking got Tom Hanks there. He's a college professor, and he's planning to rob a casino. So he's getting a team together, basically. There's just a fucking old lady who's super religious. Just like is, she's kind of in the way. Where like they're staying in her house and shit, and so they're plotting to like, how do we kill this bitch? And it's kind of like the fucking mouse hunt. Do you remember that movie?
No.
Where this mouse is terrorizing these two, and they're trying to kill it. Never seen it.
Mm-mm.
Oh, well, it's a pretty decent movie, I think. But I mean, the fucking Coen Brothers made Gas on top of Gas.
Yeah.
They did fucking Fargo, fucking Oh Brother Where Art Thou, The Big Lebowski, fucking No Country for Old Men.
Yep.
And then they made fucking Lady Killers, and it's just in that mix, it's a weird one.
Just
like,
wasn't that good.
That's not good. What are you doing?
That was just an abrupt stop. Oh wow.
What?
Ridley Scott.
He's made some stinkies.
He's made some good movies. Like The Martian, I thought was really fucking
Yeah, I really
good.
enjoyed The Martian. Fucking, I mean, come on. Gladiator?
American Gangster.
Yeah.
American Gangster is a really good movie
Yep.
with, what's his name? Denzel Washington.
Yeah, there you go.
No. Oh my god, I'm so fucking smart, dude. I'm trying to get better at like remembering big names and stuff like that.
That was a dice roll in Baldur's Gate.
Nat 20.
Yeah, fucking Nat 20. Yeah, got it.
Hannibal was a good one. I'm just pulling up his stuff here.
Yeah.
But then I did want to talk about I haven't seen House of Gucci. I heard that was really good with Adam Driver.
I haven't seen it either.
Alien Covenant.
Not good.
Not
that
good.
was bad.
Mm-mm. And then Napoleon's supposed to be coming out here soon with Joaquin Phoenix.
Yep.
As Napoleon.
Yeah.
So I'm all excited for that.
No. And then he figured he did Alien Covenant instead of doing Blade Runner 2049. I think he missed.
Yeah.
But also, Denny Villeneuve got to make Blade Runner 2049, and I think Denny probably did better than our boy
Ridley
Ridley
Scott.
Scott could have done it. I think Ridley Scott's got some rust on him.
You think?
Yeah.
Let's see his past movies. So since 2015, The Martian, he's had Alien Covenant, All the Money in the World in 2017, The Last Duel in 2021 with Adam Driver, The House of Gucci 2021, and then 2023 Napoleon.
Which I heard The Last Duel was not good.
Really?
Yeah.
He made G.I. Jane.
Yep.
G.I. Jane? Can't wait to see it.
Keep my wife's name out
your fucking mouth. I'm going to.
I didn't know that this was who made this movie, but fucking Francis Ford Coppola, who made The Godfather and Apocalypse Now, fucking, he made the movie Jack with Robin Williams, where he's got some weird disease where he's like 10 years old but looks like he's 40.
I thought that was the Benjamin Button.
No, that's called Benjamin Button.
So he's 10, but he looks like he's 40?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a fine movie. I mean, I remember enjoying it, but I was also a kid. And it's not a very good movie in retrospect. And it's definitely an odd movie to go, yeah, from the director of The Godfather and Apocalypse Now this summer. Jack. And the movie fucking kicks up and it's just Robin Williams being a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah. What a weird, like, it's like, did you need a paycheck? Like, what was the...
Hurting for it. You and I talked about this one, but with Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Tenet,
yeah.
Tenet wasn't that good.
Wasn't that, yeah.
I saw Dunkirk, wasn't that impressed with it.
No?
I didn't like, the ending was cool.
Yeah.
Right, but like, I don't know, I guess I was just expecting a little more. It just felt very slow. I get the pacing of it was what got me.
Dunkirk, I saw somebody describe Dunkirk as impersonal, and I could see that, where you don't really feel necessarily invested in any, because it's three different stories.
Yeah.
The pilot, the civilian on the boat coming over, and then the boys on the beach waiting for the pickup. And none of them you really feel that invested in. And I could see that. But also, some of the fucking cinematography in that movie is incredible. Like,
especially
when the ship is sinking and the camera is basically looking
out.
Well, no, and like you're looking down the hallway and you've got the water as the midpoint of the shot, I guess, and you're seeing the fact that the ship is rolling.
It's starting to tip.
Yeah, and that's a really interesting shot there. And then some of the wide shots of the dog fighting is really impressive. Like, they fucking shot aerial fighting with an IMAX camera. That's impressive.
Yeah. How big are those things? Because I mean,
they're big and they're loud.
Loud?
Yes.
Cameras.
Yeah.
You're kidding.
No. Well, I mean, it's taking photos, right?
That's true.
That's where you get the frame rate from. And it's a big ass fucking, it's got a big lens. It's a huge film reel. And it's just fucking. It's not like I feel bad for the fucking, the boom operator. He's trying to fucking keep these boys mic'd in and cut out the loud ass camera running.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that IMAX cameras were loud.
You do now. Bitch. Sorry.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Hey.
Sorry. This is another one that jumped out at me because I was like, I wonder, because a lot of times, like, especially if it's not a major name for me, I might not realize that two movies were made by the same person. Like with Francis Ford Coppola. I only know him for The Godfather and Apocalypse Now, but then to go, Jack, what? So I pulled up a few lists, like this one I'm looking on the AV Club. If I can talk about Richard Linklater, who made Dazed and Confused and School of Rock.
Yeah.
He fucking made Bad News Bears from 2005 with Billy Bob Thornton.
I don't think I've ever seen Bad News Bears.
Nobody did.
Wow.
It's not a good movie. It's a remake of a 76 comedy. And it's just not good. It's like nobody asked for this shit. Yeah, they even say right here. Yeah, it's the comedy that nobody asked for. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, it's just a strange, like, again, that guy made those two movies?
What were you thinking?
What happened, dude?
Martin Scorsese? Scorsese.
Fucking famed director Martin Scorsese.
Mm-hmm.
Like Martin
Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese.
Martin Scorsese.
Yep.
I haven't seen a lot of his movies.
No?
But he made Wolf of Wall Street.
Yep.
I haven't seen any of the other ones. Silence that came out in 2016. Never even fucking heard of it.
Which means it must be bad.
He got a 7.1. It's basically 7. Oh, he made The Irishman. That was a good.
The Irishman? I didn't like it.
The Irishman was something I watched on TikTok. It was like it was clip by clip and some
and you're
random
just fucking 47 clips deep because you're like, God damn, this is a
Part
fucking
132
3.5 hour movie. All right.
I am excited for the new one.
Killers of the Flower Moon.
Bingo.
Yeah,
that one looks
good.
Super fucking good.
Yeah,
I'm really excited for that.
You know, so one that keeps coming up that cracks me up because he's not a good director is fucking M. Night Shyamalan. They're always, everybody's like, but the thing that cracks me up is I see his name come up a lot, but I've seen like 4 of his movies come up as like the bad movie. So I'm like, how many of his movies can possibly show up as the bad one?
This is the bad one.
Before you go, he just makes bad movies and had 2 good ones. Right. 3. I'll give him 3. I don't know, man. Maybe he's a better director than I think because I bet he's got at least 4.
Let's run through them.
So you've got first his debut, fucking Sixth Sense. That's a good movie.
Good movie.
Then he did Invincible, right? Is it Invincible? Yeah, with Bruce Willis.
I haven't seen it.
That's a good movie. I liked it. Fucking Signs. That's a good movie.
That's a good movie.
Then he kind of starts to lose the thread. He made The Village, which was just fine. Whatever. It's not that great. The Village was interesting until the twist. Like the twist actually hurt the movie. Then he made the movie with Paul Giamatti, Lady in the Water. Not a good movie.
Okay.
So we're at 5 movies in, and so far 3 have been good.
3 good, 2 bad.
Then he made The Happening, I think, which is not a good movie at all.
That's the first scary movie I ever watched as a kid.
No, it wasn't.
The Happening?
Yeah, because it wasn't scary.
It scared the shit out of me. I was like 6
My
when
God,
I watched
these plants
it.
are going to kill me. What? Ma'am.
Like 6-year-old exposed to raw suicide.
Yeah, people just killing themselves. I guess so, yeah. Fucking... I think there's a gap in his fucking resume. And then he made Split.
Oh, that's a good movie.
That's a good one.
I like
Split. So now he's back on track. The Visit with the grandparents.
I haven't heard it. I heard that was a good movie. But
Yeah, I think Morgan and I enjoyed it. So maybe I'll give that one like a half. And I don't remember it being like, yo, you know what I mean? It wasn't Signs. I mean, maybe he's got more good than bad.
Yeah,
but I think his bad ones
are bad.
Yeah, like he doesn't do a lot in the middle. So I don't know. I think he's... I don't know. I think part of the problem for him is that his gimmick is that he does twists. And so then it kind of... After like 2 movies, you go, all right, well, there's going to be a twist. So what's the twist here? Because then he did the movie where the beach makes you old. What was it called? Was it called Old?
Bones?
No.
The Beach Makes You Old.
Yeah, where it was a bunch of people on the beach and they're getting old.
I don't know.
I think it might have been called Old. Hold on, let me... You look. What's your next one?
So I wanted to talk about Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Talk about some of his, like, obviously you have like
fucking Jaws.
Jaws is good. Then you have like Jurassic Park, obviously.
Yep.
Terminal.
That's a really good movie.
Terminal's a really fucking good movie. Catch Me If You Can.
Yeah, Catch Me If You Can is great. Fucking Schindler's List.
Schindler's List is on there.
Fucking come on now, Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private Ryan. I didn't know he directed Hook, the 1991 with Robin Williams. I didn't know that.
And then he fucking made goddamn, what's E.T.? Come on now. Hold on. I'm still thinking about the good ones. E.T.? Come on now. Fucking The Fourth Kind?
Bridge of Spies. That was
Didn't
a good
watch
movie.
that one.
That's a good... I think if Tom Hanks and
Spielberg put something together,
it's
gas.
It's cooking. They're cooking with it.
They're putting something together. Fucking he made Ready Player One.
Well,
Did not like that movie.
no, it wasn't that good. I was gonna say War Horse.
I didn't see that one.
It's not that good. Like, you are following all, but a horse is the main.
Is Benedict Cumberbatch in that one?
No.
Who's the lead in that?
Some kid. Well, like, that's the thing is, like, there really isn't a lead other than the horse.
The horse.
Because it's a kid who gets it, like a young adult who's like 17 who joins the war, and then some girl finds the horse, so the girl's kind of taking care of him, and then someone sells the horse back, right? And so there was no
I'm with you. Yeah.
main character.
It's
it was
following
bad.
the horse.
It was bad. It was just not good, and it was very boring.
I'm pulling up our boy M. Night Shyamalan's filmography here.
Pull out.
So we can. I don't.
No.
That's foul, Chris. Oh, how could I forget? Fucking. That's how bad it is that it wiped my hard drive. He fucking made The Last Airbender.
Ooh.
He's out. Sorry.
Yeah, that's bad.
He did that, and then he did After Earth with Will Smith and Will Smith's son. Not good.
Yeah.
And then he did The Visit. Yep. And then he did Split. Yep. Glass. I didn't like Glass. Yeah, it is just called Old. And then he did Knock at the Cabin, which we didn't go see, but I heard nothing about it.
I thought Glass had so much potential.
And then just was not good.
Yeah. Dr. Glass, was it
Mr. Glass?
Mr. Glass, I thought was so interesting, and then nothing.
Yeah. And
Man,
then
this guy's so fucking brainy.
And then you got the fucking Beast, you know.
Mm-hmm.
He's an interesting character, too.
Yeah.
And I really like seeing... what the fuck is that actor's name? I keep blanking on his goddamn name. He was Professor X in the
younger... He was also...
Son of a bitch. Oh, I guess I'm on IMDb, aren't I? James McAvoy. Boom.
I just said that.
And he's acting his dick off, too.
He's been doing
playing
a lot
all
of
those.
shit.
Well, no, I'm saying in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Playing all those different roles.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a hell of a job in it.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, Bruce Willis actually tries, which is not Bruce Willis, especially, like, because that movie came out in 2019. And so, I mean, you've got the three leads acting really hard, but just the story really falls apart.
Yep.
Didn't like it.
What's her name is also in it?
Sarah Paulson.
Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah.
My gal.
Yep. Fucking Guillermo del Toro made Blade 2. Come on now.
CGI open his eyes.
No, that's Blade 3.
Oh.
But yes, you're on the right track there. No, Blade 2 is so bad that people don't remember it. Like they remember Blade 1 and Blade Trinity.
Blade 1 was really fucking good.
Yeah. I don't remember if it's Blade 1 or Blade 2 where Wesley Snipes has one of my favorite lines ever that was apparently ad-libbed where he just says, "Some motherfucker's always trying to ice skate uphill." What the fuck does that even mean? I don't know, man. But
some motherfuckers
always trying to ice skate uphill. All right, Wesley. All right. And this was before he went to jail for tax evasion. So he was really working his ass off, trying to get all the money he could, and then not pay taxes on it.
Not a cent.
Some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate uphill. Yeah. So for fucking Guillermo del Toro to make Pan's Labyrinth and Blade 2.
Pan's Labyrinth is good.
That's a really
That's
good
scary.
movie. Yeah.
That's scary.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, I'm still giggling about fucking ice skating uphill. But I don't know. I think there's probably a lot more potential on this. Like the more we get to talking, the more I'm like, shit. This might be one that we circle back to after we've done a lot more reading on. Like,
sure. I was gonna say those are kind of the only ones that I was able to like, pinpoint out or like, that's a really good one. Yeah, I'd want to, but I kind of want to dive into actors too, like actors that were really fucking good in this movie, but the movie was dog water.
Yeah, the bright spot in the movie, or vice versa, where like a really great actor that just did not do good in a role, where you're like, fuck, why are you in this role? You know what I mean?
I could probably throw a couple Star Wars ones in there.
Yeah. Who you thinking?
I want to say Adam Driver in The Last Jedi. That was probably his weakest one.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of Marvel.
Oh, yeah. I'm Marvel out, bro.
I am too.
Like, I've been anything on Instagram, social media. Yeah. I've been scrolling right past it if it's Marvel.
No interest.
Mm-mm.
Blue Beetle apparently is losing its ass.
Really?
And on the money side, yeah. Where it had a budget of like 104, and it's probably closing out at like 140.
Well, it had no marketing. It had little to none. I think I've seen 2 things on social media about it, and it was the same video of them all coming up on the stage saying, "Hey, we really enjoyed making this."
Yeah.
And George Lopez did his famous "Aloha," and then that was it.
Yeah, right.
That was it.
And everybody's like, he did the thing. But so it's.
But I know that was it you and I that got to talking about it. The actor, what's the kid's name?
Oh, yeah, Solo.
Yeah, but he came out and was like, the whole writer strike thing.
Yeah, with the actors and writers strike, he was like, I'm not, It's a
So,
shame.
I mean,
It's a shame that it's happened when it did, because I'm really excited about this movie, but I'm not.
hold your ground. Yeah, stick it down, baby.
But yeah, so that's a shame because it wasn't bad. I think it was probably the most fun I've had at a DC movie in a minute.
Probably since Black Adam.
No, I enjoyed it more than Black Adam.
Right, I'm saying having fun with the DC film.
Sure,
Flash was not good.
No. And then we didn't even fucking see Shazam.
No, we didn't.
Nobody else did either.
Mm-mm. So I mean, the only one before that was there anything before that?
Yeah, Wonder Woman 84.
There.
Not good.
Mm.
Didn't like that one.
Then Black Adam.
I didn't like the Justice League.
That's sad to say that The Rock was the last good thing about DC before Blue Beetle.
Yeah, and by good we just mean better than the rest.
Yeah, better than bad.
Yeah, exactly.
It was not bad.
It was pretty fine. And he wasn't the bright spot of his movie either. It was the Justice Society.
Oh my God, Doctor
fucking Fate. Come on now.
Oh my God, dude, that was fucking gas.
Yeah, he bodies, dude. Him and then fucking Hawkman's weapon.
Yeah.
Changing from like axe to a mace and shit, and we were like, yo!
Stop it.
I remember you and I trying to be stony faced during that movie because we didn't want the other one to know what we were thinking. Mm-hmm. But when he fucking changed that to an axe, you and I both like out of the corner of our eye were like looking over the other one like, yo!
Oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I stand by that. Dwayne Johnson didn't make Black Adam.
No. Don't get it twisted. Now.
Yeah,
I'm not saying that by any means.
Yeah. Yeah, don't twist it. It'll go off in your hand if you twist it. Yeah. What you think about this week, Chris?
I think what you meant to say is welcome back to Chris's Cryptid Corner. I'm your host, Chris. I still want to talk about the backrooms. I thought we were having fun with it.
Yeah, I was having a good time.
Yeah, we were having a real fucking good time.
Excuse all the mic sounds. I'm gonna get kicked back here.
Get all comfy now with it, huh?
Am I loud enough in your ear? Let me turn the gain up for you.
Why don't you?
You can just hear all my mouth sounds.
Going back into it, obviously, if you were here last week, I was talking about the back rooms, which is just a bunch of different interdimensional planes that you can kind of enter. Some of them are good.
Liminal spaces.
Bingo. And some of them are good. Some of them are bad. So we're just going to be reading
We didn't list any good ones. Give me some good ones.
We did not. Well...
Or are you doing all the bad ones again?
I'll do a mixture of both. All but right. The one I have pulled up, I believe, is a bad one. So I will be talking about level 0.01. Level 0.01 is a sub-level located between 0 and 1 of the back rooms. Level 0.01 is frequently mistaken for a legitimate exit back into reality. This level is uncomfortably damp and humid, much more so than 0. There's a level... Turn off the light and that made it very spooky.
Yeah,
I instantly got chills on my back.
Trying to get the lights off, just the candlelight.
This level is uncomfortably damp and humid, much more so than level 0. The level's physical appearance is mundane and somewhat worn down. However, its layout is highly anomalous. It consists of seemingly infinite looping hallways papered with the same wallpaper. As every 50 miles, the hallway turns left into a new hallway. However, all of level 0.01's hallways are copies of each other, as a result of the repeating effect. This is possible to leave an item on the floor in one hallway just to encounter it again when you turn down the next hallway. Unlike its parent level, level 0.01 is not entirely still and devoid of life. Occasionally, one may encounter a wretch, likely the remains of a previous wanderer. Strangely, one seems to be able to survive for long periods of time on relatively low amounts of food here. So for whatever reason, you don't need to. But
you waste slower.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. I'm going to pull up what a wretch is.
That's what a wretch is.
Wretches are wanderers who have been deformed by a toll that the back rooms has taken on them. Wretches can vary widely in appearances. Many specimens commonly produce oral gags or snarls with little known purpose.
Shit, I was right.
This is a picture of one. That looks terrifying.
Let me see this thing. Oh, Jesus.
It's just basically a human with no skin.
Yeah, their face is just been skinned back and
they're obviously like the smile is very pronounced.
Yeah, because they got no lips.
Ain't got no lips on them.
The lips are my favorite part.
Bounce that ass. So let's see. Let's talk about some safe levels.
Yeah.
Let's see.
You damn snowflakes in your safe spaces.
Let's talk about level
Sex,
Station 154, the Neon Express. Station 154, also known as the Neon Express, is a level of the backrooms that connects other levels via the train system.
Okay.
Similar to the metro, Station 154 is usually peaceful and devoid of hostile entities. Some people even seek out the area and decide to reside here instead of leaving because that's how safe it is. The Neon Subway's trains are usually decorated with neon lights on the exterior and a nightclub on the interior.
Oh, shit.
The level includes two different parts, the Neon Subway and the Snack Stall.
Yo!
All aboard the Snack Stall. The Neon Subway is the first part and also the main area of the level. It resembles an expansive subway station that consists of many trains departing from different locations and has many similarities to the one of the front rooms, which we'll learn about next.
Yeah.
The interior has a moderate number of wanderers who just settled there instead of exiting. This is because of the safe environment and the level possesses the abundance of resource in this level. It has a techie interior that of an advanced subway station. There are several shops scattered throughout the level selling various kinds of backrooms items and front room items. The lights can...
Just a merch shop.
What the fuck is a front room?
I don't know, man.
I don't know, we're gonna have to read about that. The lights can be seen in various colors like the picture shown, which I'll show you here in a minute, but usually they correspond with the line that the trains run on. These tiles are also cleaner than the average subway station, thank God, showing how competent the facings in this level work.
Mm-hmm.
The train is... that just turned into something else. But, I don't know, these ones were cool, but...
Yeah, they're not spoopy.
Not spoopy, man. You know, this is the cryptic corner. But I do want to know what the fuck the front room is. So
figure
we're
that
gonna...
shit out.
The front rooms.
I feel like I'm holding back a fucking gravy geyser.
The front rooms are what would be considered the baseline reality, as where all humans are originated from, and thus what we're familiar with.
Okay, so this is the front
So
rooms.
we are in the front rooms.
The back rooms is the other. It's the upside down. It's the Underdark.
Let's see. Let's go back to the spooky ones.
Spoopy. Level 69. What's on level 69? It's just a German sex dungeon.
Excellent.
Perfect. I'll be here if you need me.
I'm over here. Ooh, dangerous levels. So this is just on the page about dangerous levels. Dangerous levels possess a single or multiple hazards comprising of either entity, environmental, or mental hazards. These levels pose a major threat to anything inside of them, and any entry to these levels should be avoided. Danger levels are classified under Class Dead Zone, 5, 4, 3, or Class 2 on the same occasions. I'm curious what the different classes mean.
Yeah.
What's Class Dead Zone? That's
Dead
the one
Zone.
I'm fucking in.
Yeah, just go straight to the fucking top.
Class Dead Zone. Class Dead Zone is a class designated for levels that are an ultimate threat in the backrooms. One should not even consider exploring these levels.
Don't fucking think about it.
Don't even think, not one.
I can see it in your eye. Don't do it.
As whatever possibilities lay in them are certainly not worth the extensive risks to one's survival. Even with proper equipment, one may survive based on sheer luck as countless lethal entities...
Fucking power of will.
Yeah, hazards and anomalous properties are present. Avoid levels designated as Class Dead Zone at all costs. So level 66, or 666, which we talked about last week, is a level Dead Zone.
Which I can see.
Let's talk about level...
But you basically don't get out.
Yeah. Let's talk about level negative 205. Survival difficulty, Class Dead Zone, extremely dangerous, unstable, and entity infestation. Level negative 205 appears to have a massive static all over the level. Seeming to generate white noise, there can also be heard muffling and distorted screaming, which only worsens the level's instability, causing many walls, ceilings, and floors to fall over and collapse into the void. If one listens to the white noise the level generates for more than 10 minutes, they will eventually go insane and turn into a wretch, which we just fucking learned about.
Yeah.
So make sure that you visit this level quick and simple. There appear to be fully functional computers that appear to be from the 1990s, which surprisingly appear to be running and on its very first version of the official backrooms. Operating systems, in parentheses the back OS, can be commonly found scattered across rooms, although one must avoid these no matter what, as they are high probability that the computer, when booted up or interacted with in the slightest, will instantly conjure an error screen saying the following: red zones, Do not go insane from the noise, permanently leaving the computer stuck on the screen until it is deactivated. The error screen will alert the entities in your current location, so it's highly advised to not interact with these computers under any circumstances.
Fuck.
So here's just a hallway of level 205, negative 205. It's just static.
Yeah.
That's kind of spooky.
Yeah. I've been thinking about that analog horror like we were talking about last week of like the doppelganger. You know, if you see somebody with your face, fucking don't talk to them.
Oh, yeah. That scares the shit out of me, dude.
Yeah.
That scares me so bad. Let's take a look at level 399.1.
This sounds like a radio station.
The Blitz.
Yeah. What was the level?
399.1.
399.1. What kind of music do you think they play? Rock.
No. Okay. Anything that's going to be normal music is going to be something 0.9. 105.9. 26.9. The Fritz. You know?
The Fritz.
You're getting something like 399.1. The Holy Station. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking the prayer station.
So the description of level 399.1, this will probably be the last one I'll do.
Okay.
Rather than being a luscious habitable place, level 399.1 is composed of a dark, rundown recreational center with almost no safe exits in sight. Level 399.1 is divided into 3 distinct areas. The unnerving arcade, the aquaphobic waterways, neglected bowling. You're going to be scared of the aquaphobic waterways.
Yeah, it sounds like me. For the record, I'm not afraid of water. I'm afraid of
large bodies.
Deep, open, large bodies of water, yeah. It's like the void thing.
Which is so bizarre, because I find a lot of bliss in water.
Sure, I mean, I like being in the water. I like a pool or, something like that, but not...
I've never been...
Yeah. Well,
I've been...
I also drowned when I was like 5.
I mean, sure, but like... Just fucking with me. But like, just get over it, bro. Like, be better.
Yeah, I mean, same.
No, I'm playing. That was very traumatic.
Yeah.
And that's a rational fear to have because of it. The unnerving arcade is the first encountered upon section of 399.1.
The Fritz.
The Fritz. Consisting of rundown and a neglected arcade, almost entirety of the arcade is shrouded with darkness, with occasional pink neon lights dimly lighting up certain parts of the level. Graffiti and writings can be found on the walls, translated to either random gibberish or pointing out that an entity is nearby. Windows can be displayed as a black void. Breaking or going through these windows is highly advised against, as they will suck you out of the level into level 6 or into the void.
They'll do what to me?
They'll suck you out, dude.
Fucking sign me up.
What is this, a cruel ploy?
Yeah. Sign me up for another.
The floors and carpets have been reported to have liquid pain, as well as the ceiling drippings. Therefore, it is recommended to be highly cautious as not to touch nor consume it. The doors in the arcade will lead to other hazardous levels in the destination where someone is exactly sent to be dependent on what the door leading to it is labeled. Let me see, I want to see that. Here we go. Oh my god. Dude, look at the aquaphobic waterways. Nah, pass. Hard pass. Imagine seeing that in the dark. Like, just how dimly lit it is.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, it kind of reminds me of like a
a
hotel pool maybe, or like a Great Wolf Lodge kind of thing, yeah, where it's an indoor water park. You know, like you said, it's out of service kind of feel.
But the water's still on,
still running, yeah, but nobody's there. Yeah, it's weird.
That's just unsettling.
The back rooms always makes me think of like when you start a new job at like, especially as like a teenager at like a retail store, and you get to see the areas of the place that you didn't get. You know, it's a familiar place, but you're seeing all the unfamiliar parts.
My first job was was
Kroger. Yeah,
and especially going back into the back of the store and stuff like that. That was always kind of like I hated going like doing the trash compactor. Yeah, I could never do that alone. I'd have to have someone with me.
Yeah.
So the aquaphobic waterways is the second section to level 399.1.
The Fritz.
Resembling an abandoned 1990s, early 2000 enclosed water park.
Oh, sure, okay.
This section is the most lit up part of 399.1, though it's not to say it's completely illuminated. This area itself is divided into 2 sectors, the main water park and the tunnels. The main water park. Whenever one finds themselves in the aquaphobic waterways, they will first be in the main water park. It consists of floors, most of the walls being composed of small, rectangular epoxy tiles. Moreover, a ceiling panel with differently colored pipes in circular shapes. Some of the pipes are observed to contain liquids, whereas some of them seem to not serve any purpose and remain empty. In rare occasions, the pipes will dispense unfamiliar liquids, which are advised to avoid. Several pools are found scattered across the main water park sector, all of which have a couple of sprinklers spraying water in them. Surprisingly, the waters aren't contaminated with any diseases of the sort. Traces of chlorine are found in the waters, giving off a reminiscent smell. The floor is more slippery than usual, thus one must carefully traverse through the water park to not sustain any injuries. Other rooms can be found in the aquaphobic waterways. Ascending these rooms is tough, as one must go through the tunnels first. The tunnels. Whilst the main water park is somewhat safe, the tunnels aren't in stark contrast. The tunnels are what link rooms to the main water park together, as well as the only feasible way to explore the aquaphobic waterways. The tunnels are circular. They are small in design and partially covered in shallow water contaminated with the Hydrolotus plague.
Jesus.
The Hydrolotus plague, also referred to as the Hydrolotus, is a bacterium currently located on water-related levels. The disease, as previously mentioned, lurks around untreated bodies of water, but it appears to be more inside abandoned pools. It can appear due to multiple environmental factors, mostly due to insects, fecal particles, and in the case of pools, augmented by the lack of chlorine. Okay. It's mainly transmitted by airborne particles containing the bacterium. Infected people can exhale those common activities, and another person can get infected when physically close to the bacteria. The smaller droplets can remain on the air of a certain area for longer periods of time, when compared to larger droplets that mostly drop to the ground. Rarely, one could be contaminated by direct contact with bodies of water that had contact with contaminated mosquito larvae. Symptoms are high fever with chills, weakness, pain, specifically in abdomen area, vomiting, delirium, and others.
Diarrhea.
Bingo. Sudden death. Additionally, the tunnels have the tendency to curve, making seeing far into the tunnels difficult. Cases of scopophobia, more prevalent here, likely as a result of the curvy nature of the tunnels. Periodically, one may stumble across doorways leading into small round spaces consists of exits into tunnels in all directions. The tunnel one decides to take won't matter, as they all eventually end up in the same main water park. Regardless, one can easily be lost in the maze of tunnels at this park. As one remains in the tunnels for longer, the more the lights will begin to malfunction and fall. Until the tunnels are completely pitch black, wanderers can also find an unlocked door labeled as employees only. This leads into a long corridor with marble flooring, pale concrete walls, as a singular red pipe consisting of cashew water running adjacent to the ceiling. Oddly enough, drained batteries are found littered on the floor throughout the corridor. One will find doors on both sides, numbered 1 through 67. The doors usually lead to more rooms similar to the main water park, though with only one pool and a couple of sprinklers. Likewise, the rooms contain some variation of a small set of stairs, which lead into a room underneath the water. The floors of these sunken rooms have an indent representing a pool along with several sprinklers. Entities are usually more concentrated in these areas, hence it is recommended to avoid these rooms completely. Should a wanderer reach the end of the corridor, they will see a door labeled as 67. Going through this door takes us to the final section of level 399.1, neglected bowling. Which, it sounds goofy, but taking a look at it, fuck that. I think it's not as scary, but still, like, it's very unsettling.
Again, it's that thing, of like familiar places, but
it's just like, this isn't
devoid of life.
Neglected bowling is the final section of level 399.1, consisting of an abandoned bowling alley with restaurants accompanying it. This section is notably filled with tons of debris that lay on the floor. Moreover, this section shares some similarities and characteristics with the unnerving arcade, namely both being shrouded in darkness and graffiti translated in ineligible meanings found throughout the walls. The floors of this section produce a creaking sound whenever stepped on. Applying too much pressure on the floors may have a chance for them to reportedly collapse. The bowling alleys, which also can be found within enclosed portions of the level, periodically contain bowling pins and bowling balls that give the wanderer an urge to bowl. I mean, that's just me, bro.
It's the call of the game, dude.
The bowling balls are a common hiding spot for smaller entities to gain advantage of the wanderer's vulnerability. Should they hold it, bowling balls that are cracked plus located in more awkward spots are more likely to be free of entities. Scoring a strike in any way legitimate or by cheats will result in a hallucinatory jump scare of a random entity. On top of that, the noise of the strike will consistently attract various entities in nearby proximity, which makes sense. The restaurants in neglected bowling consist of spoiled, rotten, unsafe food for consumption, which gives off a distinct odor. Cashew water bottles are prevalent in the restaurants in this section, likely as a way to lure in and trick unsuspected wanderers. Furthermore, holes glowing white in windows can be found in these areas, and falling down these holes can lead to the void. I'm curious what the void is.
It's probably like the void in Minecraft.
It's just never ending.
Yeah, it's just you've fallen into the... If this is the liminal space, that's the space beyond.
Ooh. I don't like that one. I don't like that one.
Those are one bit.
Those are pretty spooky, though.
Yeah.
I want to find... Yeah, I think next week I'm going to be talking about... Our editor recommended SCPs.
Yeah. I've recommended it.
Yeah, well, yeah, you've talked about it.
When I said it was a bad idea. But...
I still don't think it's a good idea. No. But so I'll probably be doing some research and talking about that for next week. But it's kind of the same thing-ish, just more so alive things, not places.
Yeah,
like
it can be places. It can be like an infinite stairwell. That the deeper down you go, the scarier it gets and shit like that.
Stairway to heaven.
Yeah, fucking a piece of music that just compels you to play it, and then once you do, you fucking go insane. Like World War I gas mask, and when you put it on, you're transported to World War I.
I don't want to do that. I already know how it ends, so I know where they're all going to be.
Spoiler alert.
Cheat code activated.
Yeah.
What about you? What have you been thinking about?
Dude,
Baldur's Gate?
I've been playing nothing but Baldur's Gate, dude.
Mm-hmm. You're tearing it up live.
Yeah. And, I'm taking my time with it, too. I'm still in fucking Act 1. But I think I'm getting ready to be into Act 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I made it most of the way into Act 1, towards the back end of Act 1 with another character, and then decided before I get much further, I want to start over and pick a different type of character.
Right.
Because I started as a fighter, and it was kind of just bland for me.
Wasn't cash money.
Yeah. But it's part of that's because the way I play RPGs, I like to be conversational and things like that. And the Bard was kind of an interesting option of they've got a little bit of sword fighting, a little bit of magic, some, lock picking. They're kind of the jack of all trades. Apparently in Dungeons and Dragons, not lore, but the culture, a lot of times the Bard's called the jerk of all trades because Bards are kind of cocky assholes. And they're a little bit good at a little bit of everything, Jerk of all trades, master of none,
Master of none.
Yeah.
Master of nut.
But so I've been having a really good time with that. And then Green Hell. I'm excited. We're probably going to be playing that.
Yeah.
Had an update. Several updates since the last time you and I played it. So it's going to be like a whole new game. We like to terrorize the native population.
Oh shit, it's the cops!
Jump out of the bushes throwing spears at them and shit.
We'll have to start streaming.
Yeah.
I think that'd be so much fun.
I do too.
Or we just post on YouTube.
Yeah. We already got the YouTube channel.
That's true. We could just do that. Just start clipping it.
Yeah. Clip it.
Have our editor just edit that too.
Just fucking
just
throw
give
it out
him
on his fucking
even more
plate.
of a workload.
Here you go.
Speaking of our editor.
Yeah.
Who we are very thankful for.
Yeah.
He had sent us this song that he was a part of in the sense of editing, and I'm just pulling it up here. It was called
Now, do we know, did he edit the music video?
So I believe so. So it looks like here the song's called "Nightmare" by Megan Woodruff. And to our knowledge, he edited the music video, and he always does such a fine work on the podcasts and the music video as well. He does an amazing work, and it's a good song. Yeah. So obviously, if you ever have the time, definitely check that out. Go give him some kudos. Yeah. But I think that's
all I got.
That's all I got.
Fucking, I got a spiel at the end, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
Let me find it. Got it.
There it is. Say it, baby.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to give it a great review. Tell your friends about us. Share us on social media and all that good stuff. Make sure that you're liking, favoriting, subscribing, whatever the verbiage is on your streaming service of choice, that we get notifications when we post. We shoot for every Wednesday. I think we've only missed it the once.
Just the once.
And it was planned ahead for Barbenheimer.
No, we still got it out on Wednesday.
No, we got it out on Thursday.
Oh, that's right.
But there was that one day that we thought we were going to be late, but we still posted it on Wednesday. Yeah. We got it out at like 8 p.m. We're like, fuck. We recorded it on Wednesday. Edited it on Wednesday. Posted it on Wednesday.
That's
that was some
fucking
fucking teamwork right
That's
there.
That's a team.
That's fucking teamwork.
What's your favorite dish?
That's cool with me. It's not my favorite, but I'll do it. Oh, that's what's your favorite position? Yeah. Anyways.
I'm not going to cook it, but I'll order it from Zanzibar.
Follow us on your streaming service of choice. And then if you have any recommendations, especially right now, like I said, we might be going into a dry spell as far as movies go.
A drought.
And potentially shows as well. I mean, the thing that kind of is scary when you think about it is part of the reason why they're delaying these films isn't because they're worried about them losing money right now. It's because they're like, we might not have anything to release next year. So we got to push these into next year.
We can just start watching soap operas.
Yeah, fuck it.
Just turn our clientele into like older white ladies.
Yeah, stay-at-home moms and shit, work from home moms. Shit. Yeah. But, how would people get in touch with us and give us their recommendations for topics and stuff they want to hear us do?
Yeah, if you always wanted to, reach out, check out our socials. You can always check out our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. It's all the Simply Whelmed podcast. You can always take a look at our Twitter. Our Twitter handle is whelmed_simply. Or, if you want to send us like recommendations, topics, anything like that, you can always shoot us an email at simplywhelmedmailbag@gmail.com.
Yeah, which we did get an email. Let me pull it up here. I almost said wet me.
Wet me.
Wet.
Widowy.
So let's see here. From your boy Skinny Penis, they say, "Hey, Chris and Colin, was watching your episode and saw you guys were talking about some comics to read and talk about, and I had a couple recommendations if you were interested, specifically Marvel." After we were just like, we're kind of marveled out. Let's see here. They say, so there is a comic, and it was very good, and I thought would be interesting. It was Moon Knight versus Kang, which was such a good comic and could be a possibility for the next season of Moon Knight. Highly recommend 9 out of 10. Wow, we enjoyed our Moon Knight comics that we read.
We did.
So I'd be interested to maybe check that out. And then Secret Wars was another great comic. 10 out of 10, and I really hope that they try to make this close to the comic when the movie comes out. Spoiler. They say, spoiler alert for the comic, Victor Von Doom has Galactus as a pet. Pretty badass.
Galactus is a huge...
Yeah, he's a world vampire. But also, Von Doom, like, Dr. Doom in the comics is fucking next level powerful.
Yeah, he's stronger than Thanos.
Oh, yeah. Because he's got just fucking...
electric powers.
Buku money, magic. Let's see here. They say, I'd also recommend reading the Secret Invasion comics as it is completely different from the show, which was kind of sad because the comic was so good and the show didn't have the budget to create the comic vision.
Because we didn't watch the show.
Not even kind of.
I have a buddy at work who did, and he was very it was bad. Like, just nothing happened.
Yeah.
Nothing happened.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently Rhodey was a Skrull.
Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Captain Rhodes?
Yeah, Rhodey.
Yeah.
Fucking War Machine. Yeah. He's been a Skrull since Civil War, apparently, when he fell and busted his fucking ass. Yeah.
So what, him in recovery with Tony Stank is just not real?
I don't know. I don't know the context.
I think that gets so ugly, and so messy. It's just like, what?
Then it's like, that means that, like, it was a Skrull at Tony's funeral.
Yeah, Rhodes wasn't actually there.
Yeah.
I think that just gets so messy, especially with the multiverse already being a thing.
Yeah.
And the multiverse makes things messy, and, like, you can clean it up, but it's going to take some time.
Yeah.
Obviously, but not... I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like done with Marvel.
Yeah.
Fuck superheroes.
Fuck 'em all.
I'm throwing away my Iron Man poster.
No. They say those are a few suggestions. If you read them, those are a few suggestions. If you read those, I would love to hear your thoughts on them. Thanks, guys, and love the podcast. My favorite one to listen to every week. That's right. Oh, I thought you were pointing at me to say something.
No.
The way you were. I was like, yeah, well, I read it, man. I read it. Yeah. So email us. We like getting emails. Yeah. Next week, who knows, man? We'll maybe read some comics. Maybe talk about a video game. Maybe do another topic. I enjoy when we do topics.
I enjoy when we do anything.
That's right.
I just have fun doing it.
Just enjoy your time.
I just like showing up, being pretty, being the eye candy.
That's right. And you do it so well, you know?
Someone asked him. I say that at work all the time. I'll just be like, someone's got to be the eye candy around here.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's got to be me.
You think I can get me fired?
Probably.
Really?
I don't know.
Better get off here then.
I mean, it's a man. It's it. You know, it used to be a man's world, but now you can't say anything.
Get in the box, you Jezebel.
Oh, what? I can't say Jezebel now?
I can't say that.
Anyways, I think that's the end of the episode, Chris. Tell everybody bye.
Bye, gotta poop. Bye.